Okay. Mark, are you on the call?
I am.
Hi.
Yeah, I got knocked off temporarily. I'm sorry, but I'm back. So, uh, Holly, thanks for having me, and thanks to Pete, Ardeen, and Michael for selecting my work. I was up there not last Saturday, but the Saturday before, and it's a spectacular exhibition. I'm in the company of masters of photography, so I appreciate and I'm humbled by the folks that are in the show. Um, my name is Mark Webb, and I'm out of Louisville, Kentucky. Um, uh, been a photographer for 40 years. Although a couple of years ago I got my MFA, but it wasn't in photography. It was in poetry. And a little bit of how I approach photography is similar to one of my favorite poets, Richard Hugo. I don't know if anybody's ever read Richard Hugo. He was a documenter through his poetry of the Midwest and Northwest. He was from Montana, and he wrote a book on how to write poetry called The Triggering Town, which is one of the texts that's often used and cited in poetry. And a lot of my photography is very similar to what Richard Hugo has to say about writing poetry. Um, and that is focus on the small things. So the 6 pieces that I have in this show are they're all have to do with Mardi Gras in New Orleans, but New Orleans and Mardi Gras is it's huge. New Orleans, there's so much to the culture of New Orleans, and Mardi Gras, there's so much to Mardi Gras. So what I tried to do was focus on some of the smaller things and try to do justice to some of the smaller things rather than try to capture everything about New Orleans and Mardi Gras. So the first 5 photographs or a set are all from the photographs that I took, close-ups of masks and suits from the Backstreet Cultural Museum in the Treme area of New Orleans. And if anybody knows the tradition of these masks and these suits, and they call them suits, they're offended if you would call them costumes. They're suits and then the mask. These are part of the African-American tradition in New Orleans of masking, and it's a tribute to the Native Americans who actually took in and sheltered runaway slaves. And they have these African-American clubs, tribes, and they spend all year creating their mask and creating their suits for the next Mardi Gras season. And then on St. Joseph's Day every year, all the chiefs and the spy boys, they all come out in that year's suits and masks. So those 5 are from that. Again, focusing on a very specifically on one of the traditions rather than trying to do justice to all of Mardi Gras in New Orleans. This is this set of photographs. I actually didn't know what I had until I came back and reviewed my photographs from several Mardi Gras parades. But what became very evident when I was looking over them and the action was stopped was the bead throwers in many cases in certain positions look like they are blessing the crowd. So what I did is I went through and I found all of them where I captured the beads in flight and also this gestures that almost look as if they're giving out blessings to the crowd. And then that became another set, and I'm honored to have one of that set in WideOpen 2020. So this is one from that set of blessings. It looks like they're blessing, but they're the bead throwers from the floats on the Mardi Gras parades. That's all I have to say. Again, I enjoyed the exhibition. I thought it was spectacular, and I'm very honored to be part of it. Thank you, Holly.
Thanks, Mark.